gentlemen, I would like to say a few words about the situation in the Czech Republic with successful experience in chemistry teaching. Czech educational tradition is slowly followed by innovative teaching methods and results. The main teaching is still frontal teaching. A big group of students, 25 or more, 30. And some teachers in the Czech Republic still give information and let students to be more or less passive. But not the Odysseus. It's just a picture how such class looks like. Okay, what are the reasons of this situation? The main reasons are the economic situation and a huge workload of Czech teachers. I think the Czech teachers are overloaded because they have to teach, they have to solve educational problems for their pupils, etc. For example, my sister used to teach for 2 years in basic school, that means something like lower secondary, and she studied biology and geography teaching, and she had to teach biology, geography, seminars in biology, seminars in geography, agricultural training, and even English. Although he is not English teacher, but it was enough that she spent a year as an au pair in London. It was okay for the director to employ her as an English teacher. And she was a class teacher of the worst class in this school. Although it was a school in a village, there was very many problems with some pupils, almost drug addicts, and she had to cope with a lot of paperwork, so a huge bureaucracy. So under such conditions, the new approaches to teaching are difficult to be implemented. But although they are implemented, but not in every school, not in every class. Even in the frontal teaching form, in some innovative components could be implemented, incorporated, such as brainstorming, mind maps, students' argumentation, discussion, and various examples of ICT. Also, cooperative teaching is considered as a classic teaching method. Students share, cooperate with each other and support. This helps to understand the curriculum. And now about innovative methods, among others, IBSE, it's inquiry-based teaching, is very successful. It's very modern, it's very up-to-date, because IBSE approaches focus on students' inquiry. And this is the driving force for the students' learning. And teaching is organized by questions, and it's not teacher-centered, but it's student-centered process. Students learn to explore the problems, they ask questions and looking for the answer with questions, etc. The knowledge is not delivered by the teacher, but it's found by students themselves. So students not only gain knowledge, but they also enjoy good feelings. So they learn and then enjoy good feelings of that learning. Also very common, it's a National Conference Scientifics, which is organized by the European School Net, and they offer practical workshops, etc. Project education in some schools or in some classes, project education is also common. This helps to motivate the students to learn chemistry and to enhance competencies, cooperation, discussion, formulation of questions, problem solving, to create, find information anywhere, and also practice in laboratory is necessary. Open education is the method students cooperate together. Some part of their work is compulsory, some of it is voluntarily, for example as a homework. So the education is not limited to the board line of the school. ICT support, not every student has its own computer or laptop. I think every student has its own smartphone, or let's say any kind of smart cell phone, but not its laptop, and the school cannot afford to buy a computer or iPad for every student. So in average there are 15 to 17 computers per 100 pupils or students, in average. And what can be used, ICT is very good for visualization of information, support cooperative learning forms, to visualize experiments that cannot be performed in the class or in the laboratory because it's dangerous or it's prohibited to work with such substances, etc. And also ICT supports interdisciplinarity. It's not limited to chemistry, but there are also some interconnections with other subjects, not only science. What is used, PowerPoint slides, the most common, graphs, tables, short videos of experiments, virtual laboratories, e-learning. The Institute for Support of Innovative Education, it supports innovative methods and trends, mediates information, etc. It's focused on non-traditional teaching forms, for example, Montessori school, Waldorf school, intercultural schools, etc. And it provides an online portal with a list of successful schools which involve innovative teaching in their daily practice. There are many innovative training of future teachers of chemistry, because also teachers need to be educated. I think lifelong learning is very important, although it is not compulsory in my country. So this project can mediate a close contact of prospective teachers, of students with pupils, which is not limited for several hours, several lessons. So they can manage students' projects, they can tutor laboratory lessons, organize chemistry olympiad, school excursions to laboratories, and consultation with talented pupils, competitions, popularizing events, etc. It's necessary to develop key competencies of students. A few words about our educational systems. There is a national education program, which is governed by the Ministry of Education. This is the national education program is very general, and it's detailed in framework educational programs. There are several of them for preschool education, basic education, and general secondary education, vocational secondary education, and other programs for art schools, and etc. And every school creates its own school educational program, which has to match with that framework educational program. And chemistry is included in the area humans and nature. There is also physics, natural sciences, general geography. A few words about chemistry textbooks. they are still necessary because not in every class the chemistry is taught by iPads or other pieces of ICT. So, and that's a problem because pupils and students often learn from outdated textbooks that do not correspond with current knowledge. However, there are some good, in my opinion, very good textbooks. One of them is Chemistry for Basic School, that means for 8th or 9th grade of basic school, that corresponds to 14 or 15-year-old students by Škoda and Dolik, and the second one is Chemistry for Secondary Schools, means for upper secondary schools by Honza and Mareček. It can be summarized, the main aim is to motivate pupils to study chemistry, not to discourage them from it. What is accentuated? The usability of the acquired knowledge in practice. Interdisciplinarity, relations with other subjects, not only science-based. Support of the curriculum by individual experiences of pupils and their children's conceptions. Importance of real and virtual experiments. I think it's inevitable to make experiments, either real or virtual. Then observation, various ways of modeling or visualization of information, as you can see, visualize some processes in car catalyst or processes of dehydration, hydrated salt, individual work, pupils, for example, projects, model, searching of information, databases, generalizing approach. This means induction of general principles for concrete things, phenomena, facts and knowledge. So not deduction to tell them the theory, then experiment, but the opposite. And motivation is very important. Motivation to learn chemical phenomena and processes. And they pay an impact on biochemistry related issues. And what should be suppressed, and I agree with the authors that it should be suppressed, following items: mechanical memorizing of empty and useless facts, factual approach of chemistry teaching without relation of findings with the real life, to abstract passages of general and physical chemistry, complex nomenclature, calculations of chemical equations without practical importance, mutual isolation of inorganic and organic chemistry, long commentary passages in the textbooks, and mainly understanding chemistry as a theoretical and useless subject, because many children do understand chemistry as useless or too complex or too theoretical. That's the way chemistry is taught in many classes, but this should be avoided. Yes, and there are many activities helping teachers to develop their skills, for example, journals, books, conferences, lifelong learning, programs, various projects and portals. I have told about them in our previous conference in Portugal, so very briefly. And also our project within this conference is organized. Chemistry is all around network. It helps teachers with workshops or teaching resources collected on the web portal, international conferences. So innovative teaching methods are introduced in the Czech educational system, but slowly, or let's say gradually, not in every school. Much time and effort will be required to implement them properly. And the implementation depends on the support of many bodies, not only financial support, but overall support of directors, local, regional, state government, legislative, etc. Nevertheless, there are many examples of good practices chemistry teaching also in my country. Thank you for your attention.